Hello everybody again, my name is Anja and I'm talking today, or I'm starting today, the second ayatia of the runes. So we finished the first ayatia. The first ayatia, those were the 8 runes that are giving us hints on how to create the condition for good life, like stability, protection, mentally, spiritual, and of course material well-being. And the first was called Freya's Ayat, and it's also called the Ayati of the Farmers. So now we start the second one, and it includes as well 8 runes. So the second one is called the Hagalaz Ayat, and this group is assigned to Odin, and it's also called the Ayatia of the Magician. So the following 8 runes that I come up now, or that will come up, that I will talk about, they give us clues to our darker qualities, such as selfishness, egoism, hate, hot temper, and at the same time they show us how exposed we are to the forces of nature. This could also indicate storms, floods, hurricanes. So it includes all this. So Hagalaz is actually a rune I like very much, even though it's a very tough rune if you ask me. Hagalaz is a winter rune. The cold of the winter cleanses and heals, but not really gently. So, and Hagalaz also shows us about changes, freedom, invention, cautiousness, and challenges. So the meaning of the rune is the hail. So it's also the second rune that you can twist and turn as you like. I mean, you can twist and turn it as you like, but it will always be the same. It's the same as Gipo that I talked about. So in its element is the air. The tree is the yew tree, and the medical herb that goes with this, it's hops or a fern. Also the fylgja that goes with this. So the spirit animal is the otter. So let me talk about the rune a bit. So if you pull this rune, it calls you for change and the development, as she wants to shake you awake and ask you to trustingly penetrate into the very core of your soul, into the deepest part of your soul. I call her she because it's also associated with Theo, the goddess of the underworld, which makes very sense. If I continue, you will understand what I mean. So this rune wants to free you from material reality and its limitations, and challenges you to continue growing and developing yourself, totally go out of yourself, really, it's gonna push you. If this rune comes up in a reading, if you pulled this rune, it will really tell you, okay, we got work to do, but it's good work. And also I find she is one of the most mysterious runes. So, but this is just my opinion. Like, yeah, she's like the hard form of cleansing and healing. It's the initiation into the realm between the worlds, or so that you can better understand it. So Hagalaz is the rune of the sacred growth in the cosmos. So she really includes everything. So like, for example, as we know, hail destroys the harvest, right? But also the destruction reveals a secret, like it breaks something and something comes up. So therefore it's like it's a destructive potential, but also the power of transformation, because hail is ice, and ice will become water when it reaches the bottom, right? Once it's on the ground, once it hails, it will start melting. So, and this water, once it's on the ground, so it will contribute for more fertility and growth again. So stuff will grow again. Even the field has been destroyed, it will grow again. So, and this is just a sign of the emerge of the new through destruction of the old. So, and this is what this rune is actually telling you, what you have to do. Like, you literally have to destroy the old, like hardcore wise, destroy the old. So Hagalaz reflects an event that you can't influence, that you have no influence on. So you have no influence on a hailstorm, right? So, but you will overcome the hailstorm. So what else? For every so that I say, I'm gonna drop $1 in a jar or something. No, then I'm gonna be broker than I am. I try it with So now I forgot what I wanted to say. Okay, like Hagalaz unites all opposite, because it's a transformation, destruction, rebuilding, dissolution, reformation, death, birth, fire, ice, light, dark, above, below, next, left, right. You know where I'm going. So, and it always stands for the form of cleaning, right? So, as the same with the hail, we have no influence, not always influence of what will happen to us. So it can be destructive to us at some point, but it will also sharpen our senses for more caution for the future in case similar situations will come up. And that could be everything, right? Relationship, friendships, a job, walking over the street by a red traffic light. I mean, I'm just using examples. She stands for steady evolution within a given framework. So it is a sign of protection, and the perfect and harmonious character of this rune provides you extra security. So, and it can also prevent the intrusion of disharmonic elements if you're busy with one thing already. So Hagalaz will provide you protection. But remember also at the same time confusion and destruction. And I don't mean destruction as a negative word. I know when we're in a situation where we really don't know how to get the hell out of there, or how we even got there, right? And we all have been in situations that made us nearly drown. But we all know also, we all came out of the situation somehow, right? And we felt much better after. So if you pull this rune, really check your environment, you know, check your life situation. I mean, usually you ask the rune something, so if you get the answer, I mean, if you pull this rune, if you're looking for a specific answer, you do know you have to do really hard work. You need to release something, you need to let go of a situation, and it will not be easy, but it will be for your best. And I find most of our right now, again, especially after that moon, we are pretty much in situations where we're angry, where our ego comes out a bit, or we're maybe even jealous at other people. Why can't I have what they have? We, you know, like I said, the anger I mentioned as well. Even depressions. And it's interesting, actually. I mean, I don't pull the runes. I just read the runes week by week as they come up in the ayatiyah. But I find I started them to a time. I mean, I was called to do the runes, like to explain the runes, and I find every week it actually matches to what I've been talking to people about. So also there's also the magical aspect of the rune to use. So Hagalaz is an excellent protection rune, really excellent, and it also promotes fertility, like in all levels. Is it even on a human point, if you want to get pregnant, if you want your business to grow, if you want your knowledge to grow. But remember, in order to get to the next bigger goal of you need to release old shit, definitely. Or you need to get rid of certain people in your life, right? I'm just setting examples because only you know the question to that. I mean, if you pull the rune, you're the one that asks the questions, right? So it can neutralize also invading or attacking energies, which I just want to calm everybody down. It's more common that it's an invading energy. Like, just for an example, we interact with people every day, right? So, and every time you connect with a person, you automatically connect energy-wise with this person. But after the person leaves or you leaves, those energy strings are disconnected automatically. But sometimes it doesn't happen because the other person likes your energy and thinks you have a little bit more than her and stays connected to you. Not on purpose, not intentionally. So, and then sometimes we have to watch, right? We have to cut that energy. So, but that rune can protect you from it, that this will happen at all. Also, it can also protect you from natural disasters. Let's say you're in a hurricane area. You can use this rune to protect your home or yourself. And I'm not kidding you. You can seal rooms. You can only also use it as a defense ruse. The defense rune, sorry, there goes my English again, beautiful. But do it wisely. Don't do it like like I say that with every rune, as you know, and I'm gonna repeat it again. Never go out like intentionally hurting anyone, because you know, as it is, it comes back 3 times, and that comes from now I'm losing my English. Beautiful. I could say tell you in German, but that won't help, right? So let's say it comes back 3 times because there is a law of 3, right? And that is connected with past, present, future. But I think I will talk about that on another video, a little more specific. Why is it coming back 3 times to you? Because everybody says it, but no one really explains. And I think not everyone knows what that means actually. So yeah, I just got the idea for a new video. Also, what you can do with this rune magically, like if you use this rune, not if you pull it. So magic, with magic I mean not if you pull a rune after a question, you use the rune intentionally to do something. So you can also yeah, achieve things that you never thought you could achieve. But again, remember, in order to achieve, something needs to go. Something that is not serving you anymore. Yeah, you can use it also for the moon. As the moon grows, the increasing moon, you can steer and influence people. But again, do it wisely. You do not want to do anything against anybody's will, and this is all I'm saying to it. The rest is your responsibility, not mine. So as the moon wanes, it is very helpful for banning illnesses, and I'm getting to that in a bit. So like as a health rune, if you want to use it for healing, like I said, it's very fertility encouraging. It can help you to heal wounds, I mean physical wounds, and harmonizes your body energies. It can help you understand the natural frequencies, which I find right now very important. So, but on the other hand, I wouldn't use Hagalaz as a beginner rune, so please don't. I just find it very interesting that it's responding to the natural frequencies. Because I noticed yesterday when I did my ritual, that I did too actually yesterday, that Earth is increasing her frequencies again. So you can all get ready for a ride. And what I mean by that, let's just drift off from Hagalaz for a second. I mean, this has something to do also with Earth healing herself, right? So Earth is not dying. Earth is not dying. The only people that will die at one point, if we don't watch it, is us. Like, Earth doesn't need us, like, at all. Like, once we're gone, she will just renew herself. Right now she is renewing herself. So, and that's why some of us feel the energy is changing, and ever since we feel the energy is changing, we feel that we are changing as well, right? So, but I'm gonna have a stream on Wednesday with Anna Ravenwolf. We're gonna talk about the frequencies. So I don't want to get into it too much, but it's I find it very interesting that this rune can help you understand the natural frequencies. So yeah. And back to the healing abilities of it, it increases your self-healing power and increases your own possibilities, extending boundaries. And that's all part for me for healing process, because most of our sickness comes from our soul. I mean, not all of it, of course. If you get a cold, it could also be that you just didn't get dressed correct, right? In a cold winter. Just a stupid example. So, then a little mythology here to the rune, which I find important as well. And of course, I didn't write that. I didn't write the Edda. I'm just repeating that, so no one thinks I'm pretending to write something down that I made up, because I don't do shit like that. Okay, so from the mythology point of view, so the idea that's, and I'm just gonna read the text that I wrote down. So the idea that something old has to be destroyed to create something new runs through all mythology, especially in the story of Ragnarok. And this is important, I find. I mean, I know the story of Ragnarok. I'm just saying the following text is not from me. This myth is important to understand the rune. Therefore, this rune is also between Kenas, the fire, and Isa, the ice, and reminds of the Nordic creation myth. I mentioned that before. Both have destructive powers in them, but together they created the world. The connection of two beams by a crossbar represents exactly this interaction of the force in the rune symbol. The hail stone represents a symbol for the seething, the hoarfrost egg, which contains Ymir, the great giant of the hoarfrost. Ymir originated from the crossing of the world fire of Muspelheim with the world ice of Nilfheim. This rune contains the basic patterns of the whole being. Hagalaz is a kind of a wake-up call, an indication of something new. Only those who can let go have their hands free for new things. However, this action is often associated with negative experience. Hagalaz represents the consummate model that contains the potential energy of neutral power in the multiverse, resulting from the dynamic, creative, generative unity of fire, energy, and ice, matter. So very interesting, I found. And that's the same with that I mentioned before. Often, like Ragnarok, like I said, I find we're in the middle of Ragnarok, and that's why it matches so perfectly with what's going on now, with especially with Mother Earth increasing or renewing herself, and us getting a chance to adjust, to wake up, to do something. And I'm not only talking about a spiritual level, it's just literally to wake up and take a look around. And even this waking up is a destruction. It's a destruction of your old program. So destroy your old program. Is it comfortable? Fuck no. No. Outside the bubble, it's not comfortable. I can tell you that. So, you, like I mentioned with the last time, with when you like, you know, you open your eyes, you see things that always been there, but you see them totally different and totally new. And yeah, this is what's going on right now. And we really need to destroy old habits of ours, right? We need to destroy that, and I include myself as well. I'm not just a preacher, and I'm not saying I know it all. I don't belong to these people that think they know it all. because I don't. I'm still working on myself. I'm still learning every day. And I'm not preaching, and I'm not saying this is the way, only my way is the way. This is just what I experienced, what works for me, and I'm just sharing my experience. So but what I'm saying, yeah, take a look at yourself. Stop blaming others. Like, take a look at yourself first, right? Ask yourself why I was triggered. If you're mad at someone, ask yourself if you really have to be jealous at your neighbor's car. I'm just setting examples, okay? Do you really need that car? Will it make you any happier if you have your neighbor's car who got that brand new BMW? Do you really need that car? Or have you been coming around with your old little crappy car? Did it do a job for you so far? Right? Yeah, it did. Would like a Wrangler instead of my old piece of shit that is falling apart? Sure, would be nice. Would it make me happier? No. Is it important for me? No, not anymore. There was a time I would have run to the bank, would have gotten a stupid loan of 25,000, buy me a Wrangler, drive around a day happy, and then, okay, that was nice. Now I'm full of debts. I don't even own the car, practically. So that's what I mean. Before you get jealous of someone, ask yourself why, right? Do you need to buy your vegetable, for example, in plastic bags? I'm totally going left and right now. No, you don't need your freaking vegetable or fruits in plastic bags. You can put them in a cart, put them on the counter, and then put them in your bag that you bring. So there you start doing something for Mother Earth as well. You know, look at yourself. Don't bitch and whine. The world is a shithole. Start at yourself. Start with yourself. Dispose your garbage right. Don't throw litter on the street. I think you know where I'm going to, or what I'm saying with that. So, like, start to destroy those old patterns of your programming, just bad habits, right? And yeah. So where was I going to? I totally drift off again, but it just came to my mind that this really matches. So also, like I said, the rune describes the eternal cosmic harmony, and in the Germanic or Nordic mythology, the number 9 is like one of the most sacred and mysterious numbers. And like this rune represents 9, right? It's the 9th rune out of the Thudak. I should have mentioned that before. You can't read my mind yet. So like Yggdrasil, the world tree is made up of 9 worlds, and Odin hung on a tree for 9 nights to receive the rune knowledge. Heimdall, the keeper of the rainbow bridge Bifrost, he is born out of 9 mothers. I mean, I can't get into the whole mythology of the whole Edda now, it takes a little too long, but just a few examples. So it is a number of completion that leads to an expansion of power and productivity. Productivity. Help. So, and therefore Hagalaz is the mother of runes. one hand because it's the numerical value, and on the other hand because of the formal symbolism of what I just all mentioned. So constructively, just to mention the applications again, like constructively applied, the rune leads to understanding of a very special female power. And neutral, it embraces everything, and destructively applied, it can lead into your own deep depths, like deep, very, very deep. So, and on a constructive side, it will help you it will show you the balance of power, the fertility, evocations of healing powers, clarification, perfection. So so, and again, if you pulled the rune, just to repeat this, it will show you that there are forces working right now that are uncontrolled, be it unconsciously, your inner world, or outside in the physical world, or above all the weather. It will show you that there is sudden loss, destruction, in a non-negative way, I'm saying, and it could be also in a negative way, but you will have to see that for yourself. It will show you drastic changes. That's period. So, and then on the end note, as I said, only from destruction of the old something new can arise, right? Because it's a combination of opposite forces, but they will create harmony. So once you recognize the structure of the whole, the importance of the whole, and you handle these energies carefully, you will reach, it will lead you to great development. That's just a fact, and that's why balance is so important. It is important. I said that a few minutes ago, and I hate to say that, I'm gonna have a few enemies now, but light workers, please, not everything can be light. It cannot work. And the ones that I would like to have it a little darker, no shit, it will not happen. So both sides can do whatever they want to, it will not work. It will just create more chaos of both sides, even from the light worker perspective. It cannot work, and I'm gonna be bold by the time Ragnarok is over, because I'm pulling my hair. It is so important to understand that we need a balance of both, of light and dark, and you can put it into light and dark whatever you please, but it cannot work without balance, period. So much for that. I just wish that everybody, love and light is beautiful, really beautiful, but it will not work that way. It just won't. Yes, love will work. Love absolutely works. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I'm just saying we cannot constantly shine. It is not possible, and it is not good. We need the dark, because other than that, if we don't have the dark, who will see your light? And if it's just dark and there's no more light, then what? Then you don't see shit either. It's just a natural force that we need both. I mean, there's a reason that we have day and night too. You know what I mean? And I hope no one gets offended. I don't mean that in an offensive way. I just would like you to think about the balances of light and dark. So then I said the tree is the yew tree. My favorite one of my favorite ones. And I talked about it before too, but I'm just gonna mention it a bit again. So the yew tree is mostly found on cemeteries because it's a protector of the dead. And back then amulets were made to protect of negative spirits. And also, of course, we all know that bows were made of it, and they made furniture out of them. That's why, at least in Germany, I don't know how it is in the States, in Canada, or somewhere else, but I know at least in Germany that tree is protected. So if you ever get caught doing something to that tree, you're out. You pay a lot of money, which is good. So, and the Celts dedicated the yew tree to the goddess of death in its darkest aspect, because the tree stands for the death of the sun. So, and of course, there is another tree for the opposite, because everything has a balance. So, yeah, the tree is practically the gate to the underworld, to eternity. So for me, it's actually the world tree. Some say it's the ash tree, but that just, like I said, I mentioned that before, my personal opinion. So what the spirit of this tree will help you with, it will help you if you're too rigid and relentless to master your own problems. It will help you to promote your spirituality. It also protects against foreign attacks, intrusive attacks, I would like to say, on a mental and emotional level. Also, the spirit of this tree will help you deal with emotions, with every kind of emotions. Joy, grief, anger, fear, disappointment, sympathy, envy, pride. It will help you even to love again, so it's easier for you, because some of us are afraid to love. So if you want to work with the yew tree, you will sure feel the message. It will help you to center, and it also, since it's the tree of the underworld, it will help you to find the door to your inner self, to your deepest level of your soul, and it will help you find a contact with your deepest level of the soul. And it also shows you infinity in time of space. It will show you serenity and understanding. You know, it will just spread. So, and for most of us, we're scared of death, but it's also, yeah, it's another one. The end is the beginning. So it directs the force to the essentials and the possibilities of the moment. So therefore, the yew tree will make it easier for us to feel life again, and it will brighten our moods. And also, like on a physical level, if you have problems with muscle, tendons, or everything, the yew will give you oh my god, the yew will give you release. I did not say that on purpose. The yew is like is the guardian and of the threshold to the hereafter and the other world, as I mentioned before. And it's a beautiful incense, but only smudge the needles outside. Do not inhale it inside, ever. If you want to connect to the tree, let's say you have a few needles and you don't have a tree and you got the needles from someone else, only smudge it outside to connect to the spirit of the tree, or to connect to the other world if you have question, if you want to go to the deepest of your soul. So I like it because it works very harmonic with Hagalaz. So I cannot give much medical advice about it because this is very toxic. The whole tree is toxic. Everything on this tree is toxic except the red berry. The red berry has a lot of vitamin C. It's very sweet, but you can only eat it without the stone in it. Do not eat the stone at all. Like I said, everything on this tree is toxic. But on the homeopathic level, it is used for cancer treatment. So no one really speaks about it anymore because that would be bad for the pharmacy, would it? Not pharmacy, for the pharmaceutical. Gee, forgive me, I'm an immigrant. So then we have the fern. I picked the fern because, yeah, in my opinion, it works very nice with Hagalaz. Because you could use, as I said in the beginning, you could also use the hops. But I like the fern. I like the hops too, but I've talked about the hops before. So ferns, they have no flowers, they only have their spores. So, and back then, because of that, and because they multiply with their spores and not with flowers, they were very mystical to the people back then. So it was just legendary. So, and for them, the fern flourished in the myth only in one single night, and then threw off the seeds. So if you put a fern seed in your shoe, it made you invisible, or you could understand the language of the animals, or the wearer gained great power. So of course this is myth. So don't even start stuffing seeds in your shoes, or you're gonna get a sore feet. So, but back in the Middle Ages, they also planted fern in the yards to keep away ghosts and demons, or they hung it at the doors for good luck, and it was supposed to protect the house from lightning and hail. So, and of course it's associated with the fairies, right? So since the fairies live in ferns, don't never speak about your secrets next to a fern, because they will spread them everywhere. So, but what the spirit of the fern can do for you if you burn it as an incense, it can It can give you some warmth in your heart if you have like an aggressive environment. You know, people that are constantly complaining, constantly bitching, totally yelling at you, and so on and so on. And so it can give you a little warmth to your heart. And it give and also the spirit of this plant will strengthen your self-confidence and your nerves. You know, doing those processes, like vitality as well. So if you're going through a time with Hagalaz and you smoke fern, it will promote it. It will support this, if you understand what I mean. So of course there's also the medical properties, but only on a homeopathic level. So don't eat fern. So if you use a tincture of roots externally, it's good for rheumatism, on gout, or nerve pain. You know, if you have leg cramps, you know, those muscle cramps. Of course, it's, I think, magnesium and calcium as well, but it can help that. Even for headaches. So, but that's pretty much what you can do with it. But that covers pretty much all that we need to work with Hagalaz, I find. So last but not least, we have the otter. Curly little thing, I find. And I like him because he comes with Hagalaz. Perfect. Like, I mean, if you see them, they're always full of joy, right? They're always squirrely, happy, and they look so positive all the time. So what the otter does, he will playfully test your limits. So he wants you to be open to new ideas and be a little more curious. You know, like going out after the hail, like, you know, when you stand at the window and you watch the hail come down, he wants you to be curious, like, hey, let's go out after and see what's going on. So, yeah, he wants to teach you to be spontaneous and to try out new things, right? With a little more dedication. Because if we want something, if we have a goal, if we need the dedication to strive to destroy the old and start something new. You can only do that with dedication, because if not, if you just complain and whine, why I'm not moving forward, but I don't wanna, and I said that on purpose because I know someone is listening. Love you. So, and I'm a I don't want a person too sometimes, but then eventually I get my butt up. So, yeah, and if you do that, you're creating constantly for your future, okay? So, you constantly work for your visions and what you want. So, and this little spirit animal, he wants to remind you of your femininity, of your inner woman, okay? So, and this is for the men as well. And don't freak out, because here I come again with my stupid balance, and I'm sure someone wanna just slap the balance left and right in my face right now. But it's true though. You know, it doesn't hurt if a man has a little female and a woman has a little more male. We just need it. So he just wants you to enjoy and celebrate the pleasure of being and living. Like, because Because here it is. It's like, only if we say joyfully yes to life and everything that will come towards us, only then we can break the patterns of behavior and solve them, the old patterns, right? So, like, destroy the old patterns. So, and the result you will see. I mean, is it that you're looking to develop your talents, unfold your real you that you could never be because of programming, because of a partnership, because of environment, whatever, right? So what the other tells you, dive, swim, and experience yourself in the bath of your emotion and feelings. Isn't that cute? That last one here wasn't from me. I just found it. I thought it was cute. Because others, they run and climb and they jump with the wind, right? They teach you to keep your balance. Be safe and secure on Mother Earth and walk with them. So, that was it for now. That was Hagalaz. And next week we have Naudis. So, as you can tell, this is, yep, the next 8 ones. They are the ones about worky on yourself. Yep. I know. And some of you will be like, well, you never had this happen to you, and you never had this. How the hell can she talk like it's that easy? No, I'm not saying this is easy, and I said that before. It's not easy, it's hard. Awakening in every aspect is hard. Is it the spiritual side of releasing and realizing certain patterns of things we don't need? Is it in the real world, opening your eyes and see what's really going on? Yeah, it's not pretty, but it will be pretty. So, and that's why, like, you know, we all talk about, that just came to my mind, we all just talk about you create your own world, or I create my own world, he creates his own world, she creates her own world. How about we start creating one world? You know what I mean? One world, and there we all have room in. But again, we need balance for that. So, yeah, and I just want to say again, I'm not a preacher. I don't know it all. I just speak out of my experience. I speak out of my heart. I speak from the guidance of Odin that I had over my past years. So I just want to mention that again. And and I just want to share what I know or what I experienced. Yeah, and I'm proud of the one I've become down my path. I've sure did things I'm not proud of, but you know what, that's behind me, and I've come a long way, and I met a lot of great people on my path, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful that I live in a nice house I'm renting. I'm grateful that I have food in my fridge. I'm grateful that I have friends. So I'm grateful I still have a planet I can live on, you know. So yeah, think about it. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope that wasn't too preachery. It wasn't supposed to. But you know, I speak my mind. And I hope you will listen next week. So this Wednesday I will be talking about frequencies with Anna Ravenwolf. And on Thursday I will be on Milky Way Weekly talking about dragon energy. If you want to switch in, do so. It would be great. Yeah, and I wish you all a good day, good night, good morning, wherever you are. And yeah, blessed be everyone, and thank you for listening. Bye bye.